She said, "Hello, come on, stop." She said, "Konnichiwa." She said, "Pardon my French." I said, "My on the words. Guess how old I am." All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Naya. Today's video is going to talk about manifestation. Quick disclaimer before I get into this. You are not going to get shit if you are a terrible person. And if you are a terrible person, I guarantee you ain't gonna keep it. That karma will come back and bite you in the ass. And if you are not doing the work needed to be done, you ain't getting shit. Okay, now that has been said, let's get into it. Of course, if I'm looking up and down, I'm looking at my notes. What is manifestation? Manifestation is like basically when you say something, when you think something, and then it instantly appears in your reality. That's manifestation. It can be intentional, it can be unintentional as well. I didn't unintentionally manifest some shit into my life, and I've intentionally manifested shit into my life. So like I said, don't think your manifestation is gonna come in without you doing any of the inner work required, because spirit will not bless you if you in the same place that you was in 5 years ago. You ain't getting nothing. Your life will not elevate to the places that you wanted to elevate unless you do the internal soul work. And it's not all about the physical manifestations. It's not all about materialistic shit. Of course, we are entitled to living a comfortable life, to living, in a way that we don't have to struggle. We don't have to live to survive, because that's our birthright, right? But you don't want to get caught up in the manifestations, in the physical material things, because at the end of the day, what are you doing all of this for? You ain't gonna die with money. You ain't gonna die with all the shit you got. You trying to stunt and shit. What about your soul? Are you a good person? You gotta really, really focus on what's important. So it's like you really have to really evaluate your life. So are you around people who you should have left a long time ago? Because if you are around people who are not supposed to be with you as you get your manifestations, you are going to remain stuck, because spirit will really honestly put so many signs in your face, will make you feel a certain way, will keep causing fucking tower moments in your life until you remove those people who are not supposed to be around you, because they don't want them eating at your table when they're not supposed to, because they didn't deserve it. They don't deserve it, and they didn't do shit. I know some people get to the top, and because they haven't built a solid foundation, or they don't have the right tools to do what they need to do, it crumbles so you can rebuild on a solid foundation. And it's like, are you looking in the mirror at yourself? Are you stopping self-sabotaging habits? Are you letting go of the things that you don't need anymore, that you've outgrown? Are you really checking yourself so you can elevate to meet your manifestations at that level? So just keep those things in mind when you are manifesting. Okay, so there are a bunch of different ways that you can manifest. Honestly, I've tried a lot of ways, and it's like a lot of the things that I did in the past, I still use to this day, but not as much. I found different ways that work for me, and like everything when you are figuring out what you want your spiritual journey to look like, what you want your practice to look like rather, you are going to have to explore. You're going to have to go where your ancestors are leading you to, where your guides are leading you to, because that's how you build a routine up, I guess. But yeah, I've tried many things, and certain things didn't work for me. Some things did. Like I said, I found new ways that work for me personally, because as I grow in my journey, I'm being my eyes are being open to a lot more spiritual things, I guess, or more information. I guess I'm being blessed with more information. You really just have to find out what works for you. Yeah, just trust your intuition. Okay, so let's get into some of the ways. One of the first ways is visualization. So you can just sit back in a chair, put on some some meditation music, or whatever gets you grounded, whatever, puts you in that mood where you just want to visualize, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yes, we know what you mean, Naya. So you can daydream about your future reality. Don't get caught in a daydream, but it's very good for you to daydream about what you want your life to look like. So you can know where you're headed, I guess. Let's say you want to open up a barbershop, for example. What is that barbershop going to look like? What are the colors? What chairs do you want to have? How many employees do you want to have? How is your website going to look? How are your business cards going to look? What clientele do you want to attract? You have to really visualize and be intentional about that thing so you can get a better idea of what you want. Like I said, what you want to go after. Another way is scripting. So with scripting, which is just writing down what you want, you have to use words or phrases, sentences that are in the present tense. So I already have this type shit. If you say you want a new car, I have a Ford Focus 2024 Bluetooth heated seats. It's really good on gas. It has really nice mileage. It's reliable. You have to like make it like you already fucking have it, because that's what's gonna help it materialize in the physical. The next one is rated R, but but honestly, a little orgasm manifesting. Like when you orgasm, think about what you want, speak it out. Very, very powerful tool. So like when you downstairs DJing, when you when you get to that point, to your peak, I guess, you know, speak out what you want. Watch how fast it come in. And sometimes bigger manifestations do take longer. So be realistic, bitch. Do not manifest people. Don't manifest people against their will. I promise you, if they spirit team got some real ones on there that don't play about them, they gonna whoop your ass. I promise you, they gonna whoop your fucking ass. They gonna fuck you up, or they gonna protect their descendant from that shit, from you pulling on them. That's so trifling to do. That's some weird bitch shit. If it's not for you, it's not for you. If you're meant to learn a lesson with that person at that time, then that's what it is. Like, don't get tied to shit. That's just, it's like, why not let it flow? Why not let it happen naturally? Because what's for you is always going to be for you, and what's not isn't. So don't be out here manifesting people against their will. That's some weirdo shit. I don't like that. I never do that. That's weird as fuck. Whew. Manifest some money. How about that? Manifest a bag. Anyway, next one. The next one is candle work. So green candles, great for money. Be consistent with your candle work. Have a routine. If you want to do money work every 2 weeks, do it. New moons are great for bringing in your manifestations. Full moons are good for releasing everything. So whatever you are ready to let go of, that's full moon. Don't do any manifestation work on full moons. I don't know. I was taught like that. I wouldn't recommend it, but you have to go to like a trusted spiritualist to see how the energy looks. But for me personally, full moons are solely dedicated to releasing work. New moons are solely dedicated to manifestation work, bringing in new things, creating new ideas, you know, putting shit into action. The next one is an abundance pot. So my cleansing videos, I discussed a cleansing pot. It's like the same process as that, but just different herbs that you can use. Yeah, but before you do an abundance pot, make sure your environment is physically and spiritually cleansed. Make sure you are physically cleansed and you are spiritually cleansed before you even touch that fucking pot. Okay? Next one is the power of the tongue. The power of the tongue. You can speak so much shit out into your reality, so make sure it's positive, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I done manifested some good shit just by yapping like that, and I done manifested some crazy, terrible shit just by yapping. I manifested so much shit. So that's why I'm just like, a lot of the times now, because I'm not even gonna say that shit, because I know the power that it has. So make sure what you are always spewing out is good, because if it's not, guess what you are manifesting? Bad shit. The next one is vision boards. Vision boards are so good. It's really good to help you stay on track, so you can always see where you want to be, where you are going in your life. The next one is prayer. Y'all know the Bible. The Bible is a spell book, girl. You can find some money psalms in there that you can use to amplify, or if you just want to say, you can always just pray to your ancestors, pray to your people, and then add a psalm in there. But when you are doing any of like the other things, any other work, especially like candle work, abundance pots, you know, things that you are like physically doing with your hands, whatever, whatnot. I like to always throw in money psalms. I don't have any with me, they in my notebook, but I always love to use money psalms when I am manifesting anything. The last one that I am going to discuss is first of the month rituals. So, you know, always make sure your home is physically cleansed, make sure it's spiritually cleansed, and then go in and, you know, blow cinnamon into your front door. You can make an abundance pot for the first of the month. Just step out your front door and blow cinnamon into your home, speak what you want to say. I know I'm gonna enter like a little clip of this video of how you can wash your hands to bring in prosperity and whatever you want to attract during that month. So now we are going to be discussing like some of the ways that you can make room for your manifestations. Like I said earlier in the video, you have to let go of shit that you are holding on to that you know serves no purpose. Anything old, anything that keeps you stagnant, it has to go, guys. I hate to break it to you, but in order for you to elevate the way you want to elevate, you got to do shit. You got to let go of certain shit. You got to dead shit in your life in order to get you to those next steps, you know? The next one is basically leaving it alone and honestly forgetting about it. The next one is patience. Remaining patient. Like the big manifestations, like let's say you trying to get to $100,000, you trying to save that up or whatever. Girl, be realistic. Some people, you may win a lottery, I don't fucking know, but be fucking for real. Like it's gonna take a little time for them to get you to the place where they need you to be so you can align with that opportunity. It may take years, it may take 1 year, it may take a couple of months, but have patience and be realistic with your spirit team, please, and show them grace. Like girl, you asking for big monumental shit. Give them a little time, okay? They ain't. Sometimes the shit that need to come in is gonna happen like that, but sometimes the bigger shit, it takes a little minute. The next one is being delusional. A little bit of delusion, it's gonna help. Like already knowing that it's coming for you, already knowing that whatever you want is yours. Yours. Like you saying you're gonna be successful, baby, you better act like it, you better walk like it, you better present yourself in a way where you are the success. So that success that you are actually looking for is gonna naturally come to you because you already, you are already exuding that energy. So yes, a little delusion is gonna go a long way. A lot of delusion, honestly. You gotta act like you already got that shit. I'm telling you, like, I know I just be like, yeah, I know I'm gonna be all right. I know I'm gonna be okay. I know I'm gonna be successful. I know I'm gonna have everything I want because I just know. You have to know, you know? So the next thing is action. It has to be a 50-50 effort. So when I say that, I mean you have to do your part so your spirit team can do their part, you know? They can't just be creating these opportunities with you and you not doing the shit that they asking you to do. You're not taking leaps of faith. You're not going after what you really want. You're not finding out what you really want to do with your life. You're not finding out what makes you passionate, you know, what you want to actually pour your time into, you know? For example, let's say you want to be a hairstylist. Okay, if you can't, are you applying for cosmetology schools? Are you watching tutorials on YouTube? Are you finding a mentor? Are you like just exploring on yourself? Like, what are you doing to help you get to that place where you want to be? Like, you want to open your own salon. Okay, what are you doing? Are you figuring out what you need to do to get your business up? Are you figuring out the licenses and certifications that you need to get that shit up and running? What are you doing to align yourself with that manifestation? It's a 50-50 effort. They can bring an opportunity to you, but if they know that you not gonna do shit, baby, you gonna stay stuck right there until they keep making shit hard in your life so you can get to that place. Because they will do that. I'm telling you, if you are not getting to the place that they need, they gonna speed that shit up. I promise you, bro. I promise you. They gonna speed that shit up. Send something in just to help you, just to shake shit up so you can get to that next place. Girl, they be with the shit. I ain't gonna hold you. So the next one is having faith. Faith without work is dead. Right? That's how I go, right? But please trust that your spirit team is doing everything in their power to get you what you want. That's you know what they want to do. They want to see their baby happy. They want to bless you with everything because you've been putting in the work. You've been healing. You've been doing everything that you need to do. So they want to bless you. It's your birthright, literally. So never give up. Everything comes in at divine timing. So things can be delayed, but they're probably being delayed so they can bring it in at a better time, and it's probably going to be a lot more grand than you ever imagined. You know what I mean? Not probably, it is. And I also want to say before I forget, because I don't think I wrote it down, but your manifestations can come in different ways that you didn't imagine it to. I know for me, I remember in a reading that I had got, she had told me that my ancestors were kind of like, girl, you kind of being ungrateful a little bit because we bringing in the shit, but it's just not in the way that you imagine, so you're kind of ignoring it. So I was not, honestly, I was unaware of that. So yeah, like, it ain't gonna look how you exactly imagine. It's gonna be in a way where, I don't know, sometimes it's just in a way that it isn't what you imagine. Sometimes they like to take you by surprise a little bit. So sometimes we can be our own biggest blockages, right? So you really have to understand where your self-limiting beliefs, where your lack mindsets stem from, so you can actually release them, so you can be in alignment with what you're trying to receive, right? You have to like truly believe that you can get what you're asking for. If you don't feel like you have the confidence, then that's like a solar plexus blockage. If you don't feel like you are worthy of whatever you're attracting, what is that, heart? Like a heart chakra. I know like a lot of the releasing work that stems around money tends to deal with your heart chakra. So I really recommend Reiki work. So the next thing is making sure, if you have an ancestral altar, if you are, you know, connecting with your ancestors, make sure you give offerings consistently. Shit, make sure they got something on there, a little liquor, some fruit, just something, because offerings help shit move. You know, get on a routine with them. Maybe they want like maybe every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every once a week. I don't know, whatever your spirits require from you, that's what you do, because you can't do it without them. You can't do it without them. And if you open your mouth to ask for shit, they better have some shit. The next thing is honestly just not getting discouraged. You know, frustration does come with manifestation. Sometimes I'll be like, what the fuck is going on? Where is my shit, y'all? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Like, what's tea? But, you know, sometimes I'm just being too controlling, and I'm like kind of on their ass a little bit. You know, I'm micromanaging and shit when I don't need to be micromanaging and shit. I just got to do what I need to do in the 3D while they do the things that they need to do in the 5D. You just got to really check yourself, honestly. And if you get in those moments, honestly, just say a prayer. You know, like I said, the book of Psalms, it's got a lot of shit in there that you can just use. Or just say a prayer with whatever that's on your heart and ask them to just, you know, release that, put something to fulfill that, feel whatever you just released, like hope. Ask for hope, ask for strength to get through whatever you're going through, ask for patience. You know, like you got to open your mouth to ask for shit from them, and they'll give it to you. I know for me personally, I like to say my prayers at night, and whatever I need or whatever I'm going through, I like to just ask, like, y'all, please help. SOS, red flag, or white flag rather. The stress signals, please just help me do what I need to do, help me stay on course. You know, I always just say a prayer to them, and whatever I don't say, I just ask, like, just know my heart. So the next thing is letting go of control. If you on their ass, if you always on top of your manifestations, ain't shit gonna manifest for you, boo. Nothing. Like, you holding this shit by the fucking throat. At that point, like, release your grip, focus on other shit. Focus on the things that are going to align you with your manifestations, you know? You know, stop riding that neck type shit. But it's like, you know, you can't control everything. Some things are just downright out of my control, and rather than the stress over it, and stress, I'm like, fuck it. It's out of my control. I'm about to just choose peace for everybody, choose peace for my mind. All right. And so another one is getting rid of, like I said earlier, getting rid of anything that it's not good. You know, people, places, things, toxic environments, you gotta go. Otherwise you're gonna be stuck and nothing gonna happen for you. You gotta let that shit go. I'm not lying. And as far as it comes to like old belongings, so if you have old things from your past, like past friends that you no longer talk to, old pictures, yeah, get rid of old belongings. Get rid of anything that you don't use. It's just taking up space, it's taking up energy. You have to make room for your manifestations to come through, to come in. Get rid of them old emails, get rid of them old messages, get rid of them old contacts in your phone that you haven't spoke to that person in 5 years. Why is their number still in your phone? Get rid of that shit. That's just taking up energy, and I bet you so much you're gonna feel like a huge release. But anyway, like I said, you ain't gonna get nothing if you don't do the inner work on yourself. So please go watch my shadow work video. Do some of them journal prompts consistently. You know, whenever you feel like you need to do something, just journal. Just really go to therapy. Do the healing work, you know. And don't get fucking cocky. Don't get weird when you finally get all your shit. Cause spirit will fucking humble you. They will take all of that shit away and make you right back at rock bottom so you can go through those lessons again. Okay, so please be grateful. Please always make sure you pray so you can keep your manifestation, so you don't lose them, so you don't fuck it up. One of the last thing is being a good person. You know, give back. Give back to those in need. Don't just do it because you know the law of attraction, what you give out. Do it from like a genuine place in your heart, because if you don't, they already know, so you ain't gonna get nothing. You just, you know, but make somebody else's day, and you're gonna get blessed tenfold. You know, you never know what just a genuine, you know, act of kindness can do for somebody. So just be a good person. It helps. I love y'all. I am grateful for y'all. Besos. That's everything. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please drop them down in the comment section or shoot me a DM. I'm always open to communicating and chatting with y'all and helping y'all if I can. And if I can't, I will point you in the direction of somebody who can. So like, comment, subscribe. Fuck with me, boy. A like is free, my nigga. Dead ass, because y'all just be watching and it's weird. I appreciate it though, but fuck with me. I feel like I'm like begging for spare change in this bitch. Like, a like is free. Remember how we used to do in middle school? All right, bye.